Vishachiputram Patra Surupam Rupam Tasagraja Muripurim Maturim Gushtuatim Radha Kundam Girivaram Ahoradika Madhvasam Prabhu Yasa Pratita Kripaya Shri Guru Tam Natos Gurave Gaura Chandraya Radhikaya Tadalaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namah Anandalilamaya Vigrahaya Hema Bhakti Vyatschavya Sundaraya Tasmai Mahaprema Rasa Pradaya Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Bhaktya Vina Aparada Dakshay Shivrashcha Kamadita Rangamadya Kripa Maitvam Sharanam Prapanam Brinde Namaste Charanara Vindam Brinde Namaste Charanara Vindam Govinda Damodara Madhaveti Govinda Damodara Madhaveti Govinda Damodara Madhaveti Govinda Damodara Madhaveti Hey Krishna Hey Yadava Hey Saketi Govinda Damodara Madhaveti Sham Sundar Shikanda Shikhar Smaha Sumurali Manoira Radhikar Sukumama Kripanidhe Supriya Charana Kinkarim Kuru Tavai Vasmi Najivami Tayabina Tividyaya Devi Tam Nayamam Charantikam. First of all, I offer my Sastang Dandavat Puspanjali, my heart like flowers thousands and thousands of times, at the lotus feet of my holy master, my supremely worshipable spiritual Gurudev, Asmade Paramaradhatama Guru Pada Padma, Nitya Lila Pravisht Om Vishnu Pad, Ashtotara Sata Sishimad, Rupanuga Acharya Varya, Sila Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. Secondly, I have my pranam thousands of times at the lotus feet of my Param Gurudev, to Srila Prabhupada and all of our Sri Rupanuga Gaudiya Guru Parampara. And finally, I offer my pranam to all the Samud Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis, Panchakalpatarubhas, Kripa Sindhubhyavata Patitanam Pavanam. Banamala. Forest flower, call it. Kalita Lalita Banamala. Jaya Jaya Devan. So, Paramanga, supremely auspicious Srimad Bhagavatam. Sri Krishna's Vanmayi Murti is the Krishna's vocal incarnation. Those who are hearing Srimad Bhagavatam deeply, they are associating with Krishna himself. As Krishna is the Akila Rasamrita Murti, the embodiment of all rasas. So Srimad Bhagavatam is the embodiment of all the rasas. Krishna Tulya Bhagavata Vibhu Savasrai. Just as Sri Krishna is Vibhu, unlimited, and Sarvashrai, the shelter of everything, so Srimad Bhagavatam is saying. Krishna Tulya Bhagavata Vibhu Savasrai. Prati Sloke, Prati Akkare, Nana Artakare. In every verse and in every letter, every syllable, there are many, many meanings. So beautiful. But remember, this Srimad Bhagavatam, especially the Samadhi Bhasha, Shukadeva Goswami, in trance, describing the Leela of Sri Krishna. It is a Kanta Sammat Padavali. That is the expressions of speaking like a lover, not directly, but charmingly, sweetly, beautifully. So that is the nature of Kavya. Gopis have said, Tava katamritam tapta jivanam kavi virididam kalmashapaham. That, oh Krishna, your katha, your words and discussions about you, tapta jivanam, they give jivana, give life to those who are suffering, burning from the miseries in this world. Kavi virididam. This has been glorified. You have been glorified in this way by kavis. So here gopis, the meaning, those who are in Bhamya, left-wing mood, contrary mood, they're actually criticizing Krishna. Oh Krishna, Tava kata mritam. Your kata is not amrita, it's mrita, like death. Tapta jivanam. And for those who are alive, if they touch your kata, then tapta, they begin to burn. It gives so much suffering. Why? Because their dedication to the dualities of this world is completely dissolved. They leave everything. They lose everything. And on the one hand, their families are crying, oh, where did he go, where did he go? And on the other hand, they're crying because they didn't find Krishna either. So everyone is crying. So, Sarvanash. This is the result of hearing about Krishna. Kavribi iditam. Krishna is glorified by the kavis means that kavis make up so many things which are not true. That's the nature of kavis, poets. We were explaining in our course there in Shravanalpa. There's one verse from the Dhvanyalok. Aparei kabya sangsare kavireik pajapati means that in the universe of the poet himself is Brahma. He just makes it any way he wants. It's another universe, not like this universe. So kavis can say anything. They can say the king was riding his horse, the horse was flying through the sky at the speed of the wind. The kavis can tell, like Devakar is also a kavi. He can say anything in his own universe. Kavis can say. Kavis can say, oh, this person is just like a swan. Why is a Vaishnava considered to be like a swan?
Milk and water.
Yes. Because they have vivek, discrimination. They can, if you mix milk with water, then the swan can just take the milk without drinking the water. Right? It's very well known. But actually, bring the swan here right now. Let's mix some milk and water and see what he can do. Actually, it's completely not true. But everyone knows it. Why? Kavi biriditam. Kavis, they all say this thing. This is convention in poetry that all the Kavis they say this, but actually it's not a fact.
Heavenly planets, these swans.
Not here.
That's another poet who has said
Eh? Also, there's a very beautiful bird, the chakora. The chakora bird cannot live. Only it lives by drinking the moonbeams. But in this world you can see there's a bird called chakora, but it also eats. Shrimukha Chandra Chakora Jaya Jaya Deva. Jayadeva Goswami is saying, this is very rustic verse, I don't even want to explain it. But he's saying Shrimukha Chandra Chakora, that Radharani's face is like the moon. That means above. And Krishna is like a chakora bird looking. And he only stays alive by drinking the rays of the lotus face of Radhika. So Krishna is like a chakora bird. But if you find a chakora bird, you see. So anyway, in the world of the poets, it's like that. That's okay. Also,
Chataka bird.
Chatak also is the same. I shouldn't be saying this because I'm letting out all the secrets of the Kavis. Shri Jaya Deva Kaveidam. The Chatak birds, they never drink water from the ground. They only drink water directly from the cloud. But even they don't drink that. They only drink the water that falls from the cloud at the time of the Swati Nakshatra. So, the Chatak bird is the symbol of thirstiness. They're always thirsty, thirsty, thirsty. And they're just waiting for the time of the Swati Nakshatra, and then they're looking desperately at the cloud. Please give mercy to me. So they are symbols like a devotee who never tries to taste, never tries to find comfort or solace down here in the material world, but only looks up towards the fresh rain cloud, Ganasham, Sri Krishna, to receive mercy. Their satisfaction will only be in Sri Krishna's mercy, not in anything else. So, yeah. Chakravak words also. when the sun goes down, then they're separated. In the night, they cannot find each other and they're crying. So they're like lovers who are separated. So these are the Kavis conventions among the Kavis. But if you can, there's a bird called Chakravarti. You can watch them and see what happens. They're with their spouse like this, and the sun goes down, they're still sitting there. So Kavi biriditam kalmashapaham. Another one. You know that there's one small type of worm called telkata, and it lives in a hole in a stone. And sometimes a bringi, that a wasp comes and traps it. And he's trying to get in and eat him. And that little worm is so afraid because the wasp is huge like a helicopter to him. So the wasp is humming. It's so loud. He's terrified. All he can see is the wasp. He's completely absorbed in that. And what happens to that little worm? Being absorbed in thoughts of the wasp. Then, Kita pesasrikta ruddha kuddayam tamanusmaram samrambabaya yogina vindate tatsarupatam. In fear, being absorbed in thoughts of the wasp, he transforms and he himself becomes a bringi. He becomes a wasp. So this example is given to teach us how this Raganuga Bhakti sadhana works. Krishnam smaram janam chasya prastam nijasamihitam. The first step is not Saiva Sadhaka Rupena, serving in Siddharup. First step is remembering Krishna along with his some associate that you want to follow. So being absorbed, always remembering that associate. Sri Rupa Manjari Karachita Pada Padma Gostana Nandana Bujapita Mastakaya Ha Modata Kanaka Gori Padaravindam Sambahanani Shanakaistava Kinkaris. How Rupa Manjari is massaging the lotus feet of Radhika when she's tired and she's dropped her head in the lap of Krishna and Krishna's caressing her hair. Beautiful moment. So the devotee, he's remembering, and by remembering I mean Manasa Anusandhanam. He's investigating the spurti of that moment in his heart through the mind. Remembrance means Manasa Anusandhanam. So otherwise, the definition of remembrance is Vipramosha. Sampramosha, means that you bring into your mind a past experience without loss of detail. This is the definition of smriti, the function of buddhi, in the sutras of Patanjali. That you have an experience before, it went into your subconscious mind, and now you're bringing that into your conscious mind, and you're bringing it without any loss of detail. That is smriti. But mainly because our memory is not so strong, when we bring something back into our mind, there's some detail is lost. So we fill in the details with kalpana. That's why if some incident happens, then everyone comes into the court and everyone gives an explanation of what happened, but everyone's explanation is a little bit different. Because they remember some things and other things they just think that they remember. But the point here is that you cannot remember anything that you haven't experienced. Cannot. The mind cannot produce something that you have not experienced. My Gurudev just said to one person, can you remember my grandfather? That person said, what are you talking about? He said, can you remember my grandfather? He said, no, I've never seen him. He said, yes. So how can you remember Krishna? You can remember your own grandfather. And then pretend it's my grandfather. But that's not the fact. So the smaranam means when by hearing, by surrender to Guru and hearing and chanting, the chitta becomes clean and there's a spurti, and then you remember that. So it is not smarana is not imagination, and it cannot be done with an impure mind or a mind which has no experience of Sri Krishna. So everything begins with Nam, Rup, Gun, Parikar, Seva, Leela, in this order. So we are discussing how the Telkata, this worm, is meditating on the Bringi, and he turns into a Bringi due to absorption. So in the same way, in Raganuga Bhakti, by being absorbed in how one associate is serving Radha and Krishna, then your chitta transforms. Dayanta akrita diya. Shukadeva Goswami said, your chitta transforms and becomes exactly the same as that you're meditating upon. And then that is called your Siddharup. After that, now you can serve in that Siddharup. So Narad Muni himself gave this example of the Telkata, this worm turning into a Bringi. But if you get a microscope and you have a camera with a microscope lens on the end and you film what's really going on, what actually happens is the wasp comes and stings the worm and plants its egg inside. And then the egg hatches and comes out, and it looks like the worm has turned into a bee. Right? So, this is the thing. Now someone will say, but in Srimad Bhagavatam it says that the worm turns into a bee. Alas, alas, now I have a faith crisis. Because the scientists have a film of the worm being killed and the egg coming out of the dead. So try to understand that Narad Muni is giving the example He's illustrating it with the words of the Kavis. He's not trying to give us a biology lesson. So don't lose faith in Srimad Bhagavatam over this. The Srimad Bhagavatam is Kavya. So it's giving example from the Kavi Viriditam, from the world of the Kavis, and this example is perfect for illustrating how you attain your Siddha Deha. It's perfect for that. But remember, it's Kavya, it's not a biology lesson. Okay? So, this nectarian Srimad Bhagavatam, there, 3 persons have been given the title Haridas. Who are they? Number 1,
Yudhishthir Maharaj.
Yudhishthir Maharaj. Number 2,
Uddhav.
Uddhavji Maharaj. And number 3,
Bhagavan.
Maharaj ki jai. So, here's the question. Where did Shukadev Goswami say that Yudhishthir Maharaj is Haridas? So, perhaps you know that Yudhishthir Maharaj and the Pandavas, they are very, very dear to Sri Krishna. Rajan pati guru alam bhavatam yadhunam daivam priyakulapate kwachaking karova astaiva manga bhagavan bhajatam mukundo muktim dadati kahichit smana bhakti yoga. Shukadev Goswami is saying, hey Parikshit Maharaj, you know that Krishna appeared in the dynasty of the Yadus. It's true. But his relationship with the Yadu dynasty and with your dynasty, your forefathers are the Pandavas, was such that he was Rajan Patir, he was the protector of the Yadus, his own dynasty in which he appeared, but also he was the protector of your dynasty. Guru, he was their Guru and he was the Guru of your dynasty also. Bhavatam Yadunam Daivam, he was the worshipable Lord of the Yadu dynasty and your dynasty also. Priya, he was a very dear friend. Kulapati, he was the Lord of the family in both dynasties. They saw him like that. However, Kochaking Karoba, in your family, Krishna became a kinkar. He was not like that in the Yadu dynasty. He became personal servant. He used to drive the chariot of Arjun, taking the position of a Sutta. You know, Sutta means chariot driver. You know, Dronacharya told the Pandavas, told Arjun, no, you cannot have a duel. You cannot have a trial of arms against Karna. Why? Because he's Sutta. That means a chariot driver. Chariot driver is not qualified to have a challenge with a Kshatriya. So they're a lower caste. They're not honored like Kshatriya. But what's Krishna doing? Though they all think he's born in the Yadu dynasty as a Kshatriya, but he's taking this position as chariot driver to Arjun. Because of his heart is melting, he wants to serve Arjun. He's taking care of the horses, he's massaging the legs of Arjun's horses even. At night when the Pandavas are in their camp, Yudhishthira Maharaj is taking rest. Krishna stands outside his door with the spear as a security guard, protecting Yudhishthira Maharaj. Why? Because seeing the love of the Yudhishthira Maharaj, his heart is melting. And Yudhishthira Maharaj is also always thinking of Sri Krishna. So Yudhishthira Maharaj, he wanted to do this Rajasuya Yagya, that means a sacrifice, which is, it's a huge sacrifice. Vast amount of wealth and manpower is required to do this sacrifice, and it requires the wealth in the form of tribute from all the kings of the world. Every king has to accept that you are the Samrat, the emperor. So you can't just get all the stuff and try to do the yagya. You have to conquer the world first as the preliminary preparation for the yagya. Right? So this is not an ordinary thing. So why do people do yajna? People do yajna because Devarshi bhutaptarinam pitrinam nakinkro nayam rinicha rajan sarvatmara yosharanam sharanyam gato mukundam parirtikhartam. That we are all born into this world in debt. You are born thinking I'm free. No, you're not free. You are in debt. You're indebted to your parents. Your mother who's carried you for 9 months, raised you and fed you when you were helpless. You're indebted to the devatas for giving you the sun and the rain and the air. You're indebted to the king for keeping law and order in society so that you can walk around safely on the street without being attacked by dacoits. You're indebted to the rishis, the intelligentsia of previous generations who have given you all your education. Without them you wouldn't have a language to speak, and you wouldn't be able to read and write or know anything. So we have debts to so many people from the moment you're born. And therefore everyone in this world must do yajna. And if you don't do yajna, sacrifice, then you are a thief, taking from everyone. So this is why in Vedic culture everyone must do yajna. But Yudhishthira Maharaj is not doing yajna for this. He's doing yajna just to serve Krishna, just to please Krishna. Because he's thinking that Krishna is staying in Dwarka, and in Dwarka there's such fabulous opulence, unseen or unheard of in this world. So Yudhishthira Maharaj is thinking, when Krishna comes and he visits me in Hastinapur or Indraprastha, wherever I am, where he comes to visit me, then what can I offer him? Very, very low standard compared to what he's used to. So if I can collect all the wealth, so much wealth from all the kings of the world, and Krishna will come here, then I'll serve him so nicely with that. And I want to show the results of life for those who serve Krishna and those who don't. Because our whole family, we're all serving Krishna, then we can make a show of this big fortune and everyone will say, oh look, those who serve Krishna, their lives become very wonderful. So we'll also serve Krishna. Because many persons think, no, I'm going to serve Durga. I'm going to serve Ganesh. Because those who worship Durga and Ganesh and Shiva and others to get money, they become very wealthy. But those who serve Krishna, they all become homeless street beggars. So Yudhishthira Maharaj wanted to break this stereotype so everyone would not be afraid and they may serve Krishna. He feels so much separation from Krishna. He's thinking, what can I do? What sacrifice can we organize? What event can we organize that Krishna will come from Dwarka and come here and we can serve him? So Yudhishthira Maharaj, when he organized this big sacrifice, at that time everyone had some services to perform. Draupadi was in charge of prasadam distribution. Because she's very expert at feeding everyone. Expert at feeding everyone means that you don't ask anyone what they want. Just by looking at their face you can tell what they want. Oh, this person wants some more dal. This person wants some more rasagullas. Like this. So Draupadi had this skill. So her service in this yajna was prasadam distribution. And Krishna was very cunning. He made Duryodhana in charge of the treasury, spending for the things that they need. So Duryodhana, he's very envious of Yudhishthira Maharaj. So he was just spending hand over fist on this and that. He was trying to make Yudhishthira Maharaj poor. But Krishna knew, Krishna had seen on the hand of Duryodhana there was a mark like a chakra. So if someone has this mark on the palm of their hand, because your life is written on the palm of your hand. Someone has this mark on the palm of their hand, then whatever they spend, it comes back double. Whatever they spend, it will come back double. So Krishna was very clever. He's saying, he hates Yudhishthira Maharaj, but if I put him in charge of the treasury, the treasure of Yudhishthira Maharaj will double. And he will be thinking, I'm trying to exhaust everything. Out of envy. So Krishna was very cunning. So there are so many different services that were taken up. And whatever service was left over, that service was welcoming the brahmanas and the rishis who were coming to the yagya. That was left over. So the person welcoming them had to sit them down, worship them and wash their feet. So Krishna said, I'll do that service. So Yudhishthira Maharaj, his love for Krishna is so deep, it controls Krishna so much. So Muktim Dadati Kaichit Smana Bhakti Yogam. Shukadeva Goswami is saying, how Krishna was controlled became a kinkar, a menial servant for your family. Why? If someone worships Krishna, he very easily gives them mukti, but he very rarely gives bhakti. Because if you give bhakti, then you become under the control of that person, like Krishna was under the control of Yudhishthira Maharaj. So Krishna loves Yudhishthira Maharaj so much that he's washing the feet of all the guests at his Rajasuya festival. And actually Yudhishthira Maharaj could only become successful in this festival. Why? Because the 20,000 kings of various kingdoms of the world who were imprisoned by Jarasandha, Krishna went and freed them, and it was those kings who gave all the wealth for the yagya. So actually without Krishna he could not do anything. So when this yagya was over and everyone was leaving, then all the sages and all the other kings, they were glorifying Yudhishthira Maharaj. Haridasasya Rajase Rajasuya Mahodayam. Oh, this Yudhishthira Maharaj, he is Haridas. He is the best servant of Hari. He's used all the power and wealth of the world and only to serve Krishna, to glorify Krishna. And in the yagya, the most worshipable person. And Brahma and Shiva, all the demigods were there, even in that yagya. But in that yagya, Krishna was given the seat of honor and worshipped first, the first puja. So Yudhishthira Maharaj has glorified him in the most excellent way. So all the sages, all the rishis and kings, afterwards they were saying, Yudhishthira Maharaj is really Haridas. But greater Haridas than Yudhishthira Maharaj. Who is that? Uddhavji. Uddhav. Krishna himself said, Nudavan Vabimanyu no Yadgunanadita Prabhu Atomadvaino Bhatam Grahan Hiyatishtatu. Uddhav is not even atomically less than myself. Anu, not even a little, slightly less than myself. He is completely beyond the gunas. So when I leave this world, Uddhav, you have to stay here. Why? Ato madvayanam bhatam. Because you speak my vayu. There is an air. There is an vayu, an air, which is non different from Krishna, that is Srimad Bhagavatam. So though I will leave, but I will still, if Uddhav is still here and he will speak Srimad Bhagavatam, then it will be as if I am still here for those who will listen. So Uddhav is such a person. When Krishna is in Mathura and feeling separation from Radhika and Braj Gopis, he was thinking, whom can I send to Vrindavan with a message? So he didn't send Yudhishthira Maharaj. No. He sent Uddhav. And Uddhav came to Braja and delivered Krishna's messages to Braja Gopis. He said, Oh Gopis, please listen to this message from your beloved Krishna. Krishna is saying, Oh my Pran Priyatama, you Gopis who are more dear to me than my own Pran. When you are feeling separation from me, don't despair. Why? Because once, the cowherd boys, my friends, were trapped in a forest fire. And I told them, close your eyes. And they closed their eyes. And then when they opened their eyes, then the forest fire was completely gone. They were back underneath, they were not in the Munjatavi where the forest was, they were back underneath the Bandirvat where they had been sitting previously, as if they had never even gone and wandered into that place of the forest fire, as if nothing had happened at all. So my dear Gopis, in the same way, when you feel separation from me, just close your eyes. And I will turn your forest fire of separation into Akash Pushpa, sky flowers. Have you seen sky flowers? No, because they don't exist. I will turn your separation to sky flowers. And you'll see that I am with you. So when Uddhavji repeated this message of Krishna to the gopis said, ah. And they closed their eyes. And the moment they closed their eyes, by the power of Yogamaya, they saw they were in the forest of Vrindavan with Krishna. Sometimes they were sitting on a swing with him and swinging. And the Sakis were singing. Sometimes they were shooting each other with the pitchkari, spraying each other with colors, and throwing the bombs of the parag, lotus pollen, and the colors were going everywhere. Sometimes they were singing and dancing. Sometimes they were drinking honey wine and becoming intoxicated. Sometimes they were throwing dice and gambling, laughing and joking. Sometimes they were swimming in the water of Jamuna and splashing each other and playing together. And in this gopis they experienced beautiful pastimes with Krishna for millions of years. A day of Brahma. And then the next moment the gopis opened their eyes and they were sitting in front of Uddhav. And it was only 1 second later. So then they thought, oh Uddhav, you are like our guru. Because by hearing the message of Krishna from your lips, now we have experienced Krishna's service. And the gopis sat down Uddhav like a guru and they worshipped him. They did puja to him. So Uddhav was staying for some months in Braja. And one day, after wandering all over the hills of Braja, throughout Kamyavan, Bahulavan, Kadhirvan, everywhere, one day Radhika came to Uddhav and said, hey Uddhav, Krishna is waiting for you. Then Uddhav thought, oh, Krishna is waiting for me. And then he remembered, Krishna said, can you take these messages to the gopis? And then his intention was that he would come back and bring some news from the gopis. But Uddhav, at first he didn't want to leave Krishna, but then when he completely forgot about going back to Mathura. Until Srimati Radhika reminded him, hey Uddhav, Krishna is waiting for you. So then Uddhav said, wow, what kind of place is this Brajamanda? What kind of love is here that I came here and I forgot about Krishna in Mathura? Then yes, he's waiting, so I should go. So then Uddhav prepared to leave. And as Uddhav was leaving, as he was leaving Braja, and he went up through a forest and he went up to the top of one mountain. And he turned around and looked back on the beauty of Brajamanda. And in the distance he saw the gopis. And they're all sitting there, talking to each other, criticizing Krishna. Kittava Bandhu. Oh, Krishna, he's such a cheater. He's told lies to us. He said he'd return after a few days. And so sometimes criticizing, sometimes glorifying him. But anyway, the flow of katha never stops. Tadalamasita sakya justitas tat katata. The bumblebee said to Radharani, if Krishna is so bad and you keep criticizing him, but why do you talk about him all the time? Radharani said, yes, Tadalamasita sakya. I can give up that black person, but I cannot give up his katha. I cannot stop. So Harikatha is more powerful than Krishna even. So Uddhav was standing on the top of the mountain and looking at the lakes and the hills and the forests and the flowers. And he was feeling great joy in his heart that this Braj Mandal is so beautiful. And I had a chance to serve Krishna by what? By inspiring the memories of Krishna in the Brajbasis and especially the gopis and especially Srimati Radhika. So Shukadev Goswami described that moment. He said, Saridvanam giridroni vikshan kushamitam druman Krishnam samsmarayan reme haridaso brajokasam. Uddhav looked and he saw the beautiful lakes and hills and the trees covered in flowers, and he felt great joy in his heart that he had reminded the Brijbasis of Krishna's pastimes. So Haridaso Brajo Kasam. So here Shukadev Goswami, this is where he's calling Uddhavji Haridas. So he's Haridas superior. So what a service he has done. But in Srimad Bhagavatam, someone is called Haridas Varya, the best, better than Yudhishthira Maharaj and even better than Uddhav. Hantayo matri abala Haridas Varya Yadrama Krishna Charanas Parasha Pramoda Manam Tanoti Sahago Ganayastayoyat Paniyasuya Vasakandara Kandamulai. In Venugit, one gopi, she's saying, "Oh Sakhis, we are weak, we are abala, we are girls, we don't have strength. Like this Adri, this mountain Giraj Govardhan, he has strength. He has strength to do seva. Hantaya Madrabala. So he's Haridasa Varya. He's the best of all the servants of Krishna. Why? Yadrama Krishna Charanas Parasha Pramoda. When Krishna and Balaram and all their friends and all their cows are walking on him, then Giriraj, he never feels that this is a burden. But rather, Charanas Parasha Pramoda, from the touch of the Krishna's lotus feet, his hairs are standing on it. This grass growing at Govardhan is not grass growing. It's a sattvic bhav, or the romanch of Giriraj Govardhan. So this is the real servant. A real servant, when they given some service, so much service, heavy service, so much responsibility, they never complain, oh, this is too much. But rather, the heavier the responsibility, the more joy they feel. So Govardhan is really Das. Haridasa Varya. Manam tanoti sahago ganayastayuat. And he not only serves Krishna, but he serves all the cows and serves all of Krishna's friends by offering fresh water, by offering fruits and flowers and roots and caves to play. So Shukadeva Goswami, he doesn't tell us who's speaking this verse in Srimad Bhagavatam. But we know who spoke this verse because it was revealed by Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. Giranipa Dasa Srinivaryeti Namam Vratamidhamuditam Sri Radhika Bhaktra Chandrat Vrajanavatilakatve Klurpta Vedaisputam Me Nijanikata Dehi Govardhanantam Nijanikata Dehi Govardhanantam. Hey Giraj Govardhan, please be merciful to me and give me a residence by your side. Girinapaharidas Srinivaryati Namam Mritamidhamuditam Siradhika Bhakta Chanda. Just as Amrita nectar comes from the moon, so in the same way, the nectar of your name, Haridasa Varya, emanated from the moon-like mouth of Srimati Radhika. So she has spoken this. So, Giriraj is worshipping Krishna. Radhika is seeing it through her eyes. So it said that Giriraj Govardhan is doing the puja, the worship of Krishna with so much love, with the Sodash Upachar. Sodash Upachar means 16 types of ingredients or paraphernalia which is used in puja. So if you are serving your deities every day, then you'll have to do the puja with Sodash Upachar. Giving asana, welcoming him, sit down, washing the feet, washing mouth, washing hands, etc. and offering. There are 16 different articles. So Radhika is saying Giriraj Govardhan is Haridasa Varya. Why? Because apart from the fact that he is Haridasa Varya, he is the servant of Krishna. He is really serving and dedicated to Krishna. But Radhika herself, being in Mahabhav, she sees her own love in others. So when she sees Krishna going and playing on the slopes of Govardhan, everything that she sees there, she sees, oh, this is Giriraj with so much love, serving Krishna. So don't think that the description of Govardhan serving Krishna with the Sodach Upachar is just the description of Govardhan, but rather, Kavi Bi Idita, you have to take the Vyanjan, Vritti, the implications. But rather, this is giving you a glimpse into the heart of how Radhika, in her intense love for Krishna, seeing that everyone is serving Krishna, this is her path that way. So, the first article that the Govardhan is worshipping Krishna with, this is the Avana. That means, Avayami. When you worship someone, then you invite them to come and say Swagatam, and you welcome. So when you're doing puja of Krishna, then you invite him. Avayami, Stapayami, Prabhu Kripaya, Swagatam Kuru. Like this. Those who have Diksha, they can learn all this process. So when Krishna, he comes to Govardhan with his friends and approaches the mountain, then at that time, all the birds, the peacocks, begin to call, and cuckoo birds and parrots, they all begin to sing simultaneously, and the combined sound coming from all the trees at Govardhan, as Krishna approaches Govardhan, Radharani sees, this is Giriraj Govardhan doing Avayami Swagatam, welcome Krishna, welcome. Krishna was staying in the village. But now he's come to Govardhan, all the birds begin to sing together. No, this is Giriraj Govardhan himself saying, Swagatam, Swagatam. Welcome to your mystical playground. Govardhan is the mystical playground of Sri Krishna. So he'll serve Krishna in all ways there. Then, after that, when the Pujari is doing the puja, after inviting the deity to come, then he has to do dhyan and meditate. Oh, he's here now. So when Krishna arrives there at Govardhan, first Govardhan is doing Swagatam with all the birds, and then Govardhan goes into dhyan, remembering Krishna. What is the best verse for doing dhyan on Sri Krishna in Srimad Bhagavatam? Bhapidam
Natavaravapu
Kanayo Kanikaram Bimradvasa Kanakakapisham Vaijayantim Chamalam Randranveno Adarasudaya Purayan Gopa Brinde Brindaranyam Sopadaramanam Pravesad Gita Kirti Bahapidam Natavaravapu. Krishna, he is, now you can all do dhyan along with Giriraj. Along with Radharani doing dhyan and Giriraj doing dhyan. Krishna is very beautifully decorated with peacock feathers in his hair. So by Lakshana Briti, peacock feathers means a Gunjamala. His body is painted with so many pigments and minerals. So all beautiful earrings, nose pearl, yes, elephant pearl here. Looks so charming. So he is called Nattabara. Nattabara. If there's a drama, before the drama begins, then the Nattabara comes on the stage very beautifully decked to attract everyone's attention. So when Krishna is coming, everyone, every animal, every bird, every creature in Govardhan is all looking at Krishna's coming to Govardhan. So he is Nattabara. Also, The word nata means one who is in separation. And bara means one who is meeting. So Krishna is natabara. That means when the gopis see him, he simultaneously increases their separation and increases their joy of meeting at the same time. Why? Because separation is like hunger. So if there's hunger, but you don't have anything to eat, it's just painful. And if you have something to eat, but there's no hunger, then it's uncomfortable and unhealthy also. But when you're hungry, and at the same time when you're hungry, you're also eating, then that's very nice. That's the best. So Krishna is natabara means when the gopis see Krishna, because of their anurag for him, their intense love for him, his beauty is at the same time increasing their thirst, and because they're meeting with him, giving them pleasure at the same time. And therefore, the joy of meeting with Krishna is always fresh. The utility of Krishna's beauty is never exhausted. It's just, they can drink that beauty. Drigbi pibantanu savapinaram durapam ekanta dama yasasasri aishwarasya. The gopis are drigbi pibantanu savapinaram durapam. That means they're continuously drinking, because their thirst is increasing and they're drinking at the same time and they're feeling ananda. Joy. So this is the meaning of Natavaravapuhu, and there's no end to that. The utility of Krishna's sweetness and his beauty is never exhausted. Karnayo karnikaram. He's wearing one karnikara flower, yellow flower. If you come to our ashram in Radhakund, there's in the middle, there's a big karnikara tree. So these flowers are very nice shape. You can put them behind your ear. Karnayo means 2 ears. One flower on 2 ears. How is that possible? It means that this flower always faces the sun. Where when the sun rises, it faces this way, then it changes the direction the whole day. When the sun goes down, then it's looking like that, to the west in the evening. So the karnika is the symbol of attachment, the symbol of love. So when Krishna is walking and he sees a gopi in the distance, he puts a karnika flower on his ear pointing towards her. What does that mean? And then when he turns around to face the other way, he takes it off and puts it on that side. This is Krishna sending some signals to that gopi. This is body language. So, Bahapidam Natavaravapuhu Karniyo Karikaram Vibradbasa Kanaka Kapisham Vaijayantim Chamalam. He's got beautiful golden pitamba. It looks like lightning on the fresh rain cloud of his chest. So, the gopis, they are like the chakchak birds. They feel separation. But when there's lightning in the clouds, what does that mean? Now the rain will come. And it will be cooling. It is the end of the hot season, the summer season. So when gopis have been suffering in the separation, the heat of the summer of separation, when the fresh cloud of Krishna comes with the lightning, now it means the cool nectar of Sri Krishna will fall upon them. They want Krishna's perspiration should rain on them. So, and also, if there's rain clouds gathering in the sky and lightning is flashing, that means a storm is coming. So if a storm comes, then what happens to the ocean? Big waves. So there's an ocean of love in the hearts of the gopis, and when they see this storm coming, then so many waves come, so many sanchari bhavs. So Bibradba Sakanaka Kapisham Vaijantim Chamalam. And he's wearing Vaijantimala. Vaijantimala has 5 different colored flowers, and it goes down to the waist. Banamala goes down to the feet, but Vaijantimala comes just down here. So this Vaijantimala is embracing the chest of Krishna. Gopis become jealous. Radharani thinks this Vaijayanti Mala is so fortunate, embracing the chest of Krishna. I want to be like that Vaijayanti Mala. That's why it's called Vaijayanti, victorious. This Mala is victorious. Randran Veno Adara Sudaya Puryan Gopa Vrindai. Then Randran Venu. Krishna has a Venu. The letter Ba means Brahma Sukh. That is the happiness of liberation. And A, the letter A, means the samsara bhog, the sense gratification available in material existence, even in the higher planets. And the syllable Nu means nothing. So Venu means, when Krishna plays his Venu, Randran Venur, it's such a nectar that anyone who will hear it, it makes the happiness, any happiness available, even up to the heavens, and beyond that, the happiness of liberation, like nothing. That's why it's called a Venu. So that Venu, it did so much austerity to become Krishna's close friend. Why? Because first he was cut down with an axe. And then after that he had to be dried out, not eating or drinking anything, because before he was green, and now he became yellow and empty, completely empty inside, dried out. And then the artist who knows how to make the instruments, he takes a hot poker and burns the holes into the bamboo, and then he becomes a Venu. So this Venu did very hard austerities to become close to Krishna. So Krishna felt sorry for the Venu. And he thought, your heart is dry and empty, don't worry. I'll fill Randran Venu Adhara Sudhaya. I'll fill all your holes with the nectar of my lips. And taking his flute to his lips, then Krishna began to play. So here, Adhara Sudhaya, this is actually the experience of the Braja Gopis. The Gopis are always trying to hide their feelings from others. That's one Sanchibha called Avahita Bhav. What they really feel, they don't express. They hide it. But what happens? Inadvertently, unknowingly to themselves, somehow or other, the rasa of their prem begins to seep out. Just like in the rainy season, there's a type of rain, it's not coming down like this, but it's like a drizzle, like fine drops in the air, like that. So when the gopis, they try to hide their feeling, but some or other, the fine drops of that ras come out. It's called shikayati. Shikayati is not pouring, but it's coming out fine drops. So why is that? Because gopis are thinking, Adhara Sudhaya, the nectar of Krishna's lips is filling his flute. How do they know that Krishna's lips are like nectar? Because they have tasted it. So we're talking about something else, and it came out what they were feeling. Really, they're remembering the kisses of Krishna. But they didn't want to say that, so they Randran Veno Adhara Sudhaya Puran. So though they are trying to hide the feelings, but shikayati, that means the drizzle of the rasa that they are relishing is coming out. So, Purayan Gopa Vrindai. And as Krishna's playing, Gopa Vrindai means Krishna's friends. He's going into the forest in the morning time. He's surrounded by his friends. Gopa Vrindai. And what are they doing? Gita Kirtihi means they're singing Krishna's glories. Because when his friends, they also have flutes, they also have some, Balaram has a buffalo horn bugle, and they're playing instruments, they're singing and dancing, and they're looking at Krishna. But when they see him, they cannot believe. Oh Krishna, the way your earrings are dancing, it's so tremendous. Oh Krishna, the way your eyebrows are dancing when you play the flute, it's so charming. Oh Krishna, how all your ornaments, your malas, they're overwhelmed. by the beauty. They cannot help but to sing about the astonishment that they're feeling right there and then as they see him. Gopa Brinde. So if the coward boys, being friends in Sakiras, see Krishna's beauty like this, and the anubhav of seeing his beauty is uncontrollable, and it comes out, Prabhu said, Gita Kirti, in the form of their kirtan, then Kim Uta, what can we say? How gopis feel when they see Krishna entering it, but they have to hold it inside, because they can't say anything. Their mother-in-laws may hear. So Brindaranyam Swapadaramanam Pravisad. Pravisad, Krishna's entering. He's entering where? Brindaranyam, the forest of Vrindavan. So, what is this Vrindavan? Brinda is also one name of Radha. Because in Sanskrit, Brindhatu means to choose. No, Goptitvai Parana. You choose. So, out of all the gopis of Vrindavan, Krishna has chosen Radhika. She's the chosen one of Sri Krishna. So, Radhika, one name of Radhika is also Brinda. Vrindavan. Van means forest. So, Vrindavan also means the forest of Radhika. Anyera Hridayaman Moramana Vrindavan. Radhika's my heart is Vrindavan. So, Vrindavan also means Abhana. Abhana means the Rakshati, protected. So that place, Brinda also means Samuha, the group, like Gaura Bhakta Brinda. Brinda means group as well. So Brindavana, Brindavana, the place where the whole group, that is all the living entities, are protected and nourished by Radhika's Prem, is called Brindavan. Or Brindava, Brinda means the chosen. So it means that if you live in Vrindavan, then you should think, oh, this is great mercy. Because only those who are chosen by Radhika can live in Vrindavan and be nourished by her. So this is a very great mercy to have your bhajan kutir in this place, Radhika's heart. So Vrindavan, you are chosen by Radhika that you can live, otherwise it cannot happen. So, Brindaranyam Swapadaramanam. Swapadaramanam. Very beautiful. Here, Padaramanam is a samas, it's compound. So one kind of compound, there are many different types, Dvandva samas, Bahubrihi samas, Tatpurush samas. So this compound is called Tatpurush samas. It means the two words in the compound are related to each other in one of the cases, one of the different cases. In Sanskrit the cases come nominative, accusative, then instrumental, then dative, ablative, then genitive, then locative, then vocative. These are the eight cases in Sanskrit. So they're just called first case, second case, third case. We have different words for them in English, but in Sanskrit just called Pratama Vibhakti, Dvitiya Vibhakti, Tritiya Vibhakti, Chaturthi Vibhakti, first, second, third, fourth, like that. But in English we say nominative, accusative, instrumental, dative, ablative, genitive, locative, vocative. So in Tatpurush Samas, then the words, they may be related to each other in the last word has a case ending. But the first word in, or the other words, if it's a long compound, they have no endings. So then you can take it that they're in any case. Whichever case you like, and then many meanings will come out. So here, Swapadaramanam means in Dvitiya Vibhakti, that is the accusative case. Means Swapadam Ramanam means your padam, your residence is Ramanam, very, very charming. Swapadam Ramanam, Dvitiya Vibhakti, second case. Oh Krishna, your Vrindavan is so Ramanam. so charming, so attractive. So then, after accusative instrumental case, swapadabhyam brahmanam. Instrumental means yo Vrindavan, Vrindaranyam swapadaramanam, yo padam, padabhyam brahmanam. Yo, this Vrindavan is Ramanam, beautiful, because padabhyam, because of your two lotus feet. In other words, when Sri Krishna is walking through Vrindavan, then Vrindavan is in so much ecstasy when he plays his flute. Then the stones melt in ecstasy. And Krishna's footprints go into the stones. And then when he goes, then he continues to walk, then those stones, they become stunned in separation from Sri Krishna and they become hard again. And so his footprint is preserved there forever for everyone to see. You can go to Charan Pahari in Kamyavan or in just outside Nandagat. There are 3 famous Charan Paharis in Brajmanda. And there Krishna's footprints are still there. So his footprints are decorated with the ankush. That means the elephant goad. With the chakra, with the conch shell. So many beautiful symbols are there. So Vrindananyam swapadabhyam brahmanam. Your abode Vrindavan is so beautiful by your lotus feet. That means because of your lotus feet, decorating them. So, what is the Vyanjan Briti? What is the Dwani here?
That the gopis will also feel that if they are touched by his lotus feet.
Yes. Radhika is saying, Vrindavan Yama Sopadaramana. Oh, Vrindavan so beautiful with the mark of your lotus feet, because internal bhav is, when I am perspiring and the kumkum, the cosmetic on my breast is mixing together and becoming like very paint, like red paint. And then I hold your lotus feet on my heart. Then the imprint of your lotus feet with all the signs, everything will be there. So Vrindavan is so beautiful by the Lord means actually I want to be beautified by the touch of your lotus feet. So just remember, this is Kavya. The meaning is, the words are one thing, the meaning is something else. So if you take it in the Tritiya Vibhakti, secondary case, then this bhav comes. Sopadabhyam brahmanam. So then, Chaturthi Vibhakti, dative case. Sopadabhyam brahmanam means, dative case means unto, like your Diksha mantras are in the dative case. Aya. This aya is dative case. So, here in the plural, swapadabhyam brahmanam, it can mean unto, making offer unto, also, but it can also mean for the sake of. Anugrahaya bhaktanam manasam demasita. Why does the Lord come to this world and perform Ras Leela? Anugrahaya, for the sake of giving mercy. So it can also mean for the sake of. So here, Vrindaranyam swapadabhyam brahmanam. This Vrindavan is beautiful for the sake of your lotus feet. For the sake of your lotus feet. In other words, that the Vrindavan, wherever you walk, then because your lotus feet are so soft, and Vrindavan does not want your lotus feet to be injured by any sharp grass or husks, and because your lotus feet are so sweet and so tasty, wherever Krishna is placing his lotus feet, then the forest of Vrindavan is sticking out her tongue like this and catching and licking the nectar of Krishna's lotus feet everywhere. So for the sake, swapadabhyam Ramanam, for the sake of your lotus feet, Vrindavan is becoming soft. For the sake of your lotus feet. So, that is the dative case. Chaturthi Vibhakti, Swata Padabhyam Ramanam. Then ablative case, Panchami Vibhakti. So, Padabhyam Ramanam means, ablative is used to indicate because of or due to. So Abhadabhyam Ramanam, this Vrindavan is a beautiful. Why? Because your lotus feet are playing here. In Dwarka, Krishna's wearing golden slippers and he's traveling on a golden chariot. But in Vrindavan, barefoot. That means sweet pastimes without any opulence. And human-like. Because even the demigods, when the demigods come down to earth, if you see a demigod, just check, just look. Their feet don't touch the floor. You see, then you'll know that that person's a demigod. So Krishna is superior. Krishna is superior to all the demigods, but his feet are making beautiful footprints in Vrindavan. That means he's doing Naravat Lila, human-like pastimes, without any opulence. So, Vrindaramyam Swapadabhyam Brahmanam. Up to fifth case. Then, sixth case. That is a genitive case, Shasti Tatpurush Samas. So, Swapadanam Ramanam. Here, Padanam is genitive plural. It means of your abodes. So Padanam Ramanam, of all of your abodes, this Vrindavan is most beautiful. Why? Because when Krishna comes to this world, sometimes he goes to Mathura, sometimes he goes to Dwarka, sometimes he goes to Indraprastha, Hastinapur, sometimes he goes to kidnap Rukmini in Mithila. Sometimes he goes to Yamalok to bring back the deceased son of his guru. Sometimes he goes to Avantipur, to Gurukul in Avantipur. Sometimes he goes to Varunalok to bring back his father who's been captured. So there are many places in Krishna Lila which are beautified by his lotus feet. But Swapadanam Ramanam, of all of Krishna's abodes, then this Vrindavan is the most beautiful. Then Saptami, seventh case, is locative. Swapadeshu Ramanam. So the locative case can be used, Swapadeshu means among, it can be used for comparison. So in comparison to any other place, anywhere in the whole universe, Vrindavanam Sakhi Bhavo Vitanoti Kirtim Yad Devaki Sutapadambuja Labda Lakshmi. Gopis have said, Govinda Vainu Manumatgon. You can tell. Prakshatri Sanvavaratanya Samasta Sattam. Gopis have said, this whole earth has become glorified more than any planet in the universe. Why? Because Vrindavan is here. And why is Vrindavan most beautiful? Yad Devaki Sutapadambuja Labda Lakshmi. Because Krishna's lotus feet are decorating this Vrindavan. Govinda Venum Anumatra Mayora Nitram. When he plays his flute, Govinda Venum Anumatta means when he plays the Venu, then following that, all the animals, the peacocks, they become mad and start dancing. Because Krishna looks like a rain cloud and the peacocks dance when the rain is coming. So, Govinda Venum Anumatta Mayora. Oh, no. Govinda Venu Manum. Manum. You know what Manum means? Namasrastam Manamapi. Manum means Diksha Mantra. Manum means Diksha Mantra. The mantra by which your deep sambandha, relationship of love is. So Govinda Venu Manum Atta Matta Mayora Nityam means that when Krishna plays his flute, then it gives deep relationship with all living entities. And they become mad and in love with him. It's like a mantra that establishes sambandha with Krishna, the sound of his flute. So as a Jago Kalambam Adrisham Manoharam, the beach of your Gopal mantra is the sound of Krishna's flute. So Govinda Venu Manum Namasastam Manumapi. So Saptami Vibhakti, the locative case, is not only used for location, but location means among. So among so many places, in comparison, this Vrindavan is best place ever. So Vrindaranyam, so Padoramanam, Pravisad Gita Kirtihi. There it is, yeah. I don't know how to work these things, but it figured it out. So, first of all, when Krishna comes to Giriraj Govardhan, then Govardhan is doing Swagatam. Then Govardhan is doing Dhyan. Vrindaranyam Sopavaramanam Pravisad Giti Giti. So then, Govardhan is doing Idamasanam, giving a sitting place for Krishna and Radha also. How does Govardhan give a sitting place? Rasanidhi Navayuno Sakshinim Dana Kele Juti Parimala Vedam Shamavedim Prakasya Shamavedi, Ratnavedi. Have you been there, Ratnavedi? Govardhan is providing. That's one example, but Govardhan is such. Govardhan is such a place. When they go every day, they're discovering new features, new places of Govardhan. Govardhan is changed. What they'll find there tomorrow, the next day, no one knows. So Govardhan is providing Ratnavedi, beautiful jeweled singhasans for Radha and Krishna to sit. And raised platforms, Shamavedi. The Shamavedi is raised and bluish and has fragrance of kasturi. And the Shamavedi is the place of the amorous pastimes of Radha and Krishna. And Giriraj Govardhan, by providing that bed for the pastimes of Radha and Krishna, Rasikara Varakulanam Modam Asvalayan me Nijanikata Nivasam Dehi Govardhanatam. He's given great pleasure to the crest jewel of the dynasty of Rasik Vaishnavas by providing those secret meeting places in Kunjas and also Kandare. Kandare means in the caves, secret caves of Govardhan. Because there Radha and Krishna know, no one knows where we are. No one can see, but Govardhan can see. Sakshinim Danaka, he's Shakti, Sakshi. Govardhan can watch. But they don't feel any shyness, any embarrassment. Just like if you go into the bathroom and you close the door and lock the door, then you take off your cloth, you have no embarrassment because no one can see. Because only the walls are there. But Govardhan is like that. Don't worry, no one can see. I'm just the walls. So he himself is Rasikavara, crest jewel of Rasiks, relishing the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. So we have to say he cannot be a he, because any he cannot see these pastimes. So he said, Sakshinim Dana, Sakshini, not Sakshi, Sakshini. Sakshini means female witness. Giri Nipa Hari Dasa, sorry, Rasanidhi Navayuna Sakshinim Dana Kela, Sakshini. He's manifest the form of a Sakshini, female witness. So, then, after giving asana, then Giriraj Govardhan is giving padya. That means when Krishna is walking and his feet are a little bit hot from walking in the hot sand, then Giriraj Govardhan has a very beautiful waterfall and Krishna sits on a rock and sticks his toes in the waterfall. Etat padyam swaha. Radharani is singing, oh, how Giriraj Govardhan does padya. Washes the feet of Krishna with the waterfalls means his tears. So Radhika's heard by the dhani. Radhika says, oh, he's Haridasa Varya. When will I hold the feet of Krishna on my mountains and give padya to Krishna with my tears? Hantaya madhurya bala Haridasa Varya. Etat padyam. Oh, and this padya, these waterfalls coming, tulsi is growing on the banks of the flowing streams there, and the leaves and tulsi manjaris are falling. So these panjaris with tulsi manjaris, with aguru, with kush, will come with the fragrance of kamal, lotus flowers, like this. So it's very beautiful padya. So how many articles? We have to do 16. Sodash upachar. How many has Giriraj Govardhan offered so far? Four. Okay, so fifth one. Argya. Argya is the hand washing water. So the water is flowing there. There's karpur, also camphor. And the camphor is dissolving in the water, so when Krishna drinks, it's so delicious. And also, there are trees with branches overhanging the streams at Govardhan, and the honey is falling into the water as well. So when Krishna drinks the water of Govardhan, with camphor, with honey, with tulsi manjaris, very nice. Hantaya Madhur Habala Hari Dasa Varya. Achaman. For sipping. Argya is the hand washing. Achaman for sipping. Then snan. Idam sthaniyam. Krishna goes and he takes bath. Where? Govinda Kund. In fact, Govinda Kund, Manasi Ganga, and of course, Radha Kund and Shama Kund, but especially Radha Kund. So Govardhan is giving snan to Krishna in the form of Radha Kund. And there are so many beautiful ghats on the sides of these kunds. And there, Radha Krishna enter into the water and they have a Vyabhyukshi Lila. A Vyabhyukshi Lila. You know Vyabhyukshi Lila? There's a way of hitting the water that it makes different notes. Sarigama Padanisa. So Radha and Krishna, they come and they have this skill of the playing the music in the water. Sarigama Padanisa. And they splash each other also. And when Krishna splashes Radhika, then the other gopis come and now there's so many gopis there and all together they splash and he can't even see. And he's defeated. Actually he could defeat them. But sometimes he pretends to be defeated because he wants to make them happy. That's right. Now I can't see my notes because it's all too much Vyabhyukshi Lila. So then 8. Vastra. Vastra means Giriraj Govardhan, he is giving a clothing to Krishna. Why? Because there's a certain soft bark of the banana tree. It's very nice. So sometimes Krishna wears clothing made of this. But all the trees, it's soft like cloth. So some of the trees, they're giving their bark. And Krishna's wearing very simple forest vesh. But also the trees are kalpa vriksha. So throughout the day in Krishna's pastimes, Krishna needs many costume changes for different leelas. But when he sets out from the village in the morning, he doesn't bring a backpack with him with all his costumes. But whatever he needs, somehow or other, when he needs, it's right there. And the cowherd boys can bring it. Or if he's with the gopis bring and dress it. Who's providing all of this cloth? Idam vastram namaha. It is the Sodash Upachar of Giriraj Govardhan. So then, 9th one. Esha Gandha. Sandalwood paste, fragrance, for different fragrances. At Govardhan you can see there's a Geru Shila and Kajal Shila. There are certain stones. My Gurudev has showed me different stones at Govardhan. If you rub this one, then it comes off like red paint for decorating. If there's another one you rub and it comes black like kajal for decorating the eyes. So there are different stones at Govardhan. They provide fragrant decorations for Sri Krishna. And sandalwood trees for Chandan. So in this way, Aisha Gandha, the fragrant substances are offered to Krishna. Then, 10th Upachar, Mala. Govardhan is offering many varieties of flowers to make garlands for Sri Krishna. Then dup, Esha Dupa. How is the dup? When Krishna goes there with his cows or with his bulls, then the bulls, they like to fight with each other over the cows. So they're so huge, they have big horns and they run at each other and they have hard hooves. So when the hooves of the bulls hit the stones of Govardhan, sparks fly. And then the sparks fly and they land on the aguru bushes. And then the aguru bushes start to smolder. And in this way, Esha Dupa Swaha. And so Giraj Govardhan is offering the fragrant aguru incense to Sri Krishna. In this. So dup, and then deep. Deep. Deep means that, the stones of Govardhan, they're Chintamani. And many of them are beautiful, like rubies and diamonds and emeralds. Different colored jewels are there at Govardhan. And when the sun shines, then the jewels, they reflect the sun. And it's as if they're offering artis. They're offering the deeps. They're like deeps to Sri Krishna. Then, that's 12. 13. Naivedya. Naivedya means some foodstuffs. So whenever Sri Krishna is hungry, he's there with the sakas. And then the trees at Govardhan. Oh, fresh grapes, mango, pineapple. Oh, very delicious fruits always available, and the cowboys are picking them and giving them to Krishna. But this is Govardhan from his heart making the offering. Etat naivedyam satulasi panyajalam swaha. So, then Punar Achamaniam. After taking Naivedya, then you have to have Achaman again. So Achamaniam, washing the mouth, we discussed before. And then after Thakurji has eaten, then you have to offer arti, right? After offering bhog, then you have to offer arti. So how is Giraj Govardhan offering arti? When Krishna, after eating, he wants to take some rest. So he lies down in the shade of the trees. So the trees are very dense. They're very dense, but there are some little gaps where the sunlight can shine through. And then when the breeze blows and the branches of the trees move, then the light which is shining through onto Krishna, it is all going like this. And Giraj Govardhan is offering arti to Sri Krishna. Sometimes to his feet, sometimes at the waist, sometimes in the face. If the wind is really blowing, then all around. The light is shining through the trees and the lights are going like this as Krishna's resting in the shade. Like this. So then, Pushpanjali, Esha Pushpanjali, Etat Sarva, at the end, you have to say Etat Sarvam, now this is everything, and you offer some flowers at the end of the puja. So wherever Sri Krishna is walking, then the trees are dropping the flowers. Some are dropping before Krishna gets there to make the path very soft for his lotus feet. And some directly fall on Krishna as the part of the puja of Giraj Govardhan. So in this way, Radharani says, Hantaya Madri Apala Haridasa Varya. Due to her love for Krishna, how she wants to serve Krishna all the time in all ways. So she's looking when Krishna is walking through Govardhan and she's saying, Haridasa Varya. He's the best servant. So, but in this puja, 16 articles are fixed, but there are some extra ones also that can be done in the temple. Like, if you go to the Jagannath temple, there you'll see before Lord Jagannath, the Devadasis, they do Nritya Seva. So, I think we should also, after this class, we'll do Nritya Seva also for Thakurji. That's also one kind of service. Dancing in front of Sri Krishna. So when Sri Krishna plays his flute, then Govinda Vaina Manamatra Mayor Nityam, the peacocks begin to dance like this. So that is actually the peacocks dancing at Govardhan Hill to Krishna's flute is actually Giraj Govardhan offering the Nritya Seva to Sri Krishna. And also, after that you can do Stavan Stuti, offering praise, glorification. So at Govardhan, sometimes The cuckoos, they're calling, "Hiu, hiu." It means, come here, come here. Don't miss this. He's so beautiful. Everyone come and see. Hiu, hiu. Sometimes the peacocks are saying, "Kiwa, kiwa." Kiwa means, who is so beautiful? There may be so many incarnations of Supreme Lord, but Shami, Rama, Ramana Sundarata Varisya, Saundarya Mohita Samasta Jagat Janasya, Shamasya Bama Bhuja Badaktarum Kadam, Tvam Indira Viral Rupa Param Pajami. Rupa Goswami is saying, "Oh Radhika, your beloved Krishna is even more beautiful than Lord Narayan. Especially when you are at his side and he is binding you in his left arm. Oh, when will I worship? When will a day come that I will worship such beauty?" So seeing the beauty of the embrace of Radha Krishna, then Giraj Govardhan threw the peacocks. Kiwa, kiwa. Is there any incarnate? Even Lord Narayan is not so beautiful as this. And other birds are calling, Kova, kova. Kova means, to whom should we take shelter? Kova. To whom? Is there anyone else we should take shelter of? No, no one is so sweet. Then the pigeons. Pigeons are saying, Gutargum, gutargum, gutargum. Gutargum, gutargum, gutargum. It means, Madhavatu, Keshvatu. Oh Keshav, you are the most wonderful. Oh Madhav, you are the most wonderful. So in this way, cuckoo birds, peacocks and pigeons, they're all doing the bandhana, stuti. After the puja is over, you have Nritya Seva and then Stavan Stuti. So therefore, Radharani, just sinking in the Mahabhav Prem for Sri Krishna. She sees him in the distance approaching Giraj Govardhan, and she's just looking how Giraj Govardhan is serving always. So then she's crying, and from the core of her heart she says, Hantaya Madhira Bala Hari Dasa Varya Yadrama Krishna Tarnas Parasha Pramoda Manam Tanoti Sahagogana Yastayoyat Pani Yasuya Vasakandara Kandamo. Giraj Govardhan is not a mountain, he's a volcano. He's a volcano who is erupting with the glories of Radha Krishna Lila. Giraj Govardhan ki Jaya Giri Raja Jaya Govardhana
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 Giri Raja Jaya Govardhana
Jaya 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 Giri